Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So the question I have for today is, when do people know it's over? What does it take for somebody to know it's over? Now, as human beings, we're not very good at that, right? If you look at times when people knew things were over, we had to go to pretty extreme length. Take World War II, for example. The Japanese didn't really realize it was over, even though it was pretty much over. And I think, they were negotiating to surrender. I don't know the history very well, but when they first dropped the first nuclear bomb, if not the first, the second, or was there 2 or 3? I don't remember, right? So that got the message that it's over, right? That took a lot of work. That took a lot of work to get that message. Equally, Germany, essentially for them to get the message that it was over, they had to be surrounded on all sides. Berlin was surrounded on all sides from the Allies. So the Allies were a bit strange. You had the Americans and the British, kind of like a normal war that we think of. But the Russian contingent had a lot of like really strange contingent. They had like Mongol hordes, and I'm really not exaggerating. Genuine Mongol hordes, and so Mongol hordes when they demonstrate their victory, they go into a city and they rape everything, regardless of gender, and say, I wonder if they asked, excuse me, is gender and sex related or not? No, they relate just everything and everything, regardless of species, regardless of age. And when that happened, this is one of the reasons I really quite like the Americans. All the Germans sought to run out of Berlin. Now your heart may go out for these Germans, but keep in mind these were the multinational socialists, right? These were all 100%. If you lived in Berlin at the time, that's who you were. So the Americans closed off the city, so they couldn't escape. Next couple of days, not so much fun for the Germans. But anyway, that's sort of what it takes for people to realize it's over. So it's not overly surprising that that the shill media, I got Screen Rant and Bleeding Cool, I got the 2 for today, just don't realize it's over. Don't realize that their worldview has crumbled completely before their eyes. And, it's kind of like, a chicken running around with the head cut off. Essentially for the same reason, manifesting in 2 different ways. Fine, before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That would be very nice. Thank you very much. Can you hit the like button, the share button, the subscribe button? All those things are fan-freaking-tastic. Fantastic to hit. Thank you very much. YouTube seems to stop throttling me for a couple of days. Although, man, you can tell the algorithms are moving towards November when there's going to be an election in the US. Very, very innocuous channels, like not crazed arseholes like me. But very innocuous channels are, getting demonetized or having monetization withdrawn, and there is you get the feeling that the axe is coming down. So who knows how long this part is going to last? I'm over at Rumble. You can get me there. I got an alternative channel here. Who knows or Desert Dream what's going to happen? I always figured my channel's too small to really get much attention. But no, absolutely not. So sign up my Substack, which is my email newsletter. I keep vainly promising to put out content on it. Maybe I will today. I don't know. I always intend to. Maybe today is the day. Although today is not the day, because I'm putting this video out. What is it? I'm recording this on the 4th of July. I woke up this morning and saw it's a news story. It's the 4th of July. So I'm recording it today. When's it going out? Today's a Monday. Tuesday I have a live stream, so this is probably my Wednesday video, right? Unless I put my Monday video on Wednesday. Who knows? Or indeed, I think my Monday video is probably going there, because I've got to make a thumbnail. Whole Gunzer Meiser, as I said. So like, share, subscribe, comment, sign up my Substack. All these things are very good. So let's look at this first story. Over here from Screen Rant. Oh, we love Screen Rant. Screen Rant, Doctor Who, the Timeless Child gives the Doctor a secret superpower. The superpower to suck harder than he's ever done before. The superpower to completely fail in every way in terms of being a popular entertainment. Right? That's not particularly a good superpower. You know, you have good superpowers, you have bad superpowers. Can you imagine if you got superpowers and your superpower was you could at will turn into wood. and I'm not talking colloquially. You know, like, yeah, they have medicine for that now. But that seems like they are a lame superpower. So, look, titles by Thomas Bacon, of course. Of course. Yeah, who else could it be by? Look, mate, the Timeless Child is over, okay? I mean, I understand we still got that 90 minutes worth of Jodie to piss out of us like a kidney stone, which is no one's looking forward to it. I don't even think Jodie Whittaker are looking forward to it. No one's going, yeah, I mean, the BBC are going to go, oh, God, please, no, don't anybody watch it. It's going to be so embarrassing, you know, and that's management for you. So I don't know, although BBC management, for a moment there, I did connect them to logic, sanity, and reason. So, yeah, that was a bad impersonation. That was totally a bad impersonation. But, yeah, like I said, it hasn't worked. The Timeless Child didn't work. It was a bad idea done for transparent reasons, which they now deny, right? It was done to make the Doctor less white and less male. And that was it. Chibnall didn't realize that we would all hate it, right? I mean, I don't think he got any realization of how much we hated it. Maybe he has. He certainly has the viewing data, which isn't good, right? It hasn't gone down well. It hasn't been successful. I think that's reasonably fair to say. But yeah, people like Thomas Bacon, who, and I'm not saying, you know, please don't contact him, and certainly don't do anything that would be considered, harassment. People like Screen Rant, I should say, you know, they really invested heavily in the Jodie Whittaker era, right? They invested very, very heavily, personally, and it's, you know, nobody likes egg all over their face, mate. But Thomas, mate, what do you want me to tell you? This era is gone. There is nobody going to be fondly looking back at this nightmare. Like, no one in by 2030, no one's going to be looking back at the 2020, 2021, 2020 and go, oh, the good old days. No one's going to be doing it. This has been awful and getting increasingly more awful, right? And I'm not just talking about Doctor Who, I'm talking about the world in general, right? No one's going to look back at this time and go, oh, those good old days. No, we're all going to go, let's never talk of them ever again, which is how the Jodie Whittaker era, I think, is going to be looked at. I do find it annoying whenever they shoehorn her into, like, oh, look at Doctor Who, we got the mummies from, I keep thinking Android Invasion. That's not the mummy. Pyramids of Mars. There's a clue in the sentence. Pyramid mummy, that way. Yeah, really? That was a very bizarre brain fart. I'm like, there weren't mummies in the Android Invasion. I think it probably would have made it better, quite frankly. Although I quite like the Krauls. Okay, so let's see what he's got to say. Please, let us know. The Timeless Child retcon revealed the Doctor is not a Time Lord at all. No, it revealed you're an arsehole for believing it, for saying it's canon. It's about to be wiped to it. I can't, honestly, that's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to, A, the 90-minute special being over, and B, Rusty Davies actually coming back with stuff, because then we can see how it's all cleaned away, right? Wiped away from reality, as it should be, right? So, dude, give it up. You got to know when it's over. What do we have to do? Do we have to surround you by Mongol hordes and rape your entire town? Really? I mean, really? Do we have to do that? It seems a bit of work, right? It seems a bit much. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Doctor Who's Timeless Child retcon revealed that the Doctor is not a Time Lord at all. He gave them a, who's them? Oh, him or her. Him. Gave them a secret superpower the show may choose to forget. May choose to forget, yes. Okay. Fine. Doctor Who Doctor Who's controversial timeless child retcon has given Doctor Who a secret superpower. The power to be boring. Although, let's be fair, Jodie Whittaker really did have that power to start with. She's a very bland, mediocre actress, isn't it? Has she got another job yet? Is she booked in for anything? I don't think she is, do you? I mean, let's have a quick look at IMDb. Okay, imdb.com. And Chris Chibnall. Chris Chibnall says, oh no, now I'm helping my children with their revision. Really, Chris? Really? Your kids are going, no, mate, no, I don't need this. I don't need your help. Oh, is the internet working? I don't know. Maybe this is, maybe we'll come back to it if the page opens up. I don't think she's got another job. I don't think he's got another job. I don't think they're going to get other jobs, right? I do not think they're going to get other jobs. Oh, man, it definitely is working. I can see something happening in the background. Whenever it opens up, it opens up. The last few years have been controversial in Doctor Who fandom, with showrunner Christian was shaking up known canon with his timeless child retcon. I will say more faultless child retcon. It was garbage. I mean, again, it was. He said he thought it up during the trial of the Time Lord, right? Maybe you want to keep those old ideas to yourself, because it's just boring. You know, it really does feel like something they would do in like post Sylvester McCoy Doctor Who. When if you read like the New Adventure Zone, everything was big, right? Very very big, climactic. Universe-shaking events, going into the history of the Doctor, the secret history. By the way, you want a really good new adventure novel? What's it called? Sleepy, one of my favorites, right? Sleepy is about an artificial intelligence that's also an artificial, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not clairvoyant. Artificial psychic, right? So it was like it was really interesting. So you have like these psychic bad guys in it, and one of them like pulls an early memory from the Doctor in one scene. That's really written by Kate Allman. She's got a book on tape coming out for Big Finish in January, which I'm really excited about. Oh look, IMDb opened up. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Jodie Whittaker. Anything new coming up there, Jodie? You in Panto, are you? I mean, she's taking time off to have a baby. Okay, Jodie Whittaker. I guarantee you, there's nothing there. Maybe there is. She looks more like the Doctor there. She's so freaking useless as this character. Like, she's stunningly useless. Yeah, no, nothing after Doctor Who. Nothing after Doctor Who. Let's try Chris Chibnall. Helping children revise. Right, a broad church. Let's see if we got any. That's a really bad picture. I got to use that. No, Doctor. Man, he's only got 16 credits. Yeah. Look at this. Look, you got basically he did a Broadchurch and remade it over and over again in different countries. I mean, good on you, man. I can't argue with you about that. Well, I liked his episode, his series of Torchwood, right? I did like his series of Torchwood. He wrote Life on Mars. I did not know. Okay, I mean, who knows? How did this happen? But yeah, look, it's really been a failure, right? Neither have a job booked in. There might be a reason for that. The retcon revealed. What's the retcon? The retcon revealed the Doctor's not a Time Lord at all. Well, that's gonna work. People are gonna love that, right? Rather, Doctor is a being who potentially, because we couldn't be asked to work it out whatsoever, predates the universe and who became the base genetic code for every Gallifreyan who lived within the Citadel. He says that every time, and you're wrong every time. It became the base genetic code for Time Lords. I don't know if average Gallifreyans can regenerate. My vibe always got it was only Time Lords, but who knows. General intended the retcon to restore a sense of mystery to the Doctor. How'd that work out? Yeah, okay, we did have a mystery. We went, how the hell did that happen? How the hell did Piers Morgan read that and go, oh, yes, Doctor Who is in the best shape editorially ever. Why? Because the point of the Timeless Child was to make the Doctor less white and less male, right? That is entirely... So that's why it was editorial in great shape. To some mystery to the Doctor. It doesn't, like, again, I mean, like, I don't know, if all of a sudden, like, you're watching The Crown, and in the middle of an episode, the Queen walks through a secret door and is in a bat cave, right, with the bat computer and everything, and Batman's in there, and she goes, Batman, we got a new mission for you. You got to take down the Joker. And Batman's like, okay, mum, right, and you just walk back, and they never reference it. That's not adding. Oh, that'd actually be quite a good scene. Okay, here's the thing: I can't write as bad as Chibnall, right? I really can't. I just tried and I failed. I came up with an interesting, exciting thing because I am essentially less crap than Chibnall. Whoa, this is totally frozen. Oh, there you go. No, still freezing. Maybe we'll start unfreezing in a minute. Okay. Yeah, I can't even come up with anything as bland, as boring as he would, right? But my point is this: that doesn't really. Okay, let me come up with something blander. You're watching The Crown, right? And all of a sudden, I was going to say Dirty Den, but he's dead. Brian May from Queen, okay? Brian May from Queen walks in with a cup of tea and says, do you fancy a cup of love? And the Queen goes, no, thank you. And then they go, and they never reference it or explain it, right? Never, ever, right? No. It's just, it's like, it's not a mystery when you write bollocks that doesn't make sense. That's not a mystery. Ooh, a mystery box. What's that? A bollocks that doesn't make any sense. Well done there, Chibs. Chibnall intended restore mystery to the Doctor while dealing with a long-standing problem facing the show. He is the long-standing problem facing the show, right? He is that long-standing problem facing the show. Time Lords can only regenerate 12 times, imposing a limit upon the number of times Doctor can renew himself. He just got a whole new life cycle of 12 regenerations. We were good for 55 years. I think we can stay. Even, worst case scenario, we can pad it out for 40, right? And that's if we really plow for them. And we don't know how many regenerations he's got with the Capaldi regeneration. It's fine, right? It doesn't freaking matter. Oh, yeah, I'm reminded of the theme tune to Mystery Science Theater 3000. Right, I said, and we never really ask how they can survive in space and do all this stuff, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't, it's just the way to change the freaking actor! Oh, God, I'm a big fan, right? And even I think this navel gazing is, like, just myopic. It's insane. Can renew themselves. But it seems this regeneration cap was after imposed by the Gallifreyan science Tectuan. God, can't wait till she's gone too. As the Timeless Child, the Doctor has an unlimited number of regenerations. Yes, making him functionally immortal and very boring. Why does it make it boring? Because if the Doctors live for billions of years, as you're intimating, and has regenerates, that means there is hundreds of millions of them, right? Which means the Doctor is everybody. Which means the Doctor is not special. Oh, yeah, it's a secret superpower. To suck! Take turn. The Timeless Child. The Doctor has unlimited number of regenerations. Chibnall has essentially ensured the Doctor can go on forever, with the Doctor never facing true mortality again. Oh, that's a good idea. Hey, you know those life and death stakes? Yeah, do you like a bit of that? No more, they're gone. Really? I mean, if the Doctor can't die, why does any of it matter? Classic Doctor Who stories was best Whittaker regeneration theory. I don't know, are we going to look at that? No, it probably doesn't. But the Timeless Child retcon affects Doctor Who's continuity in canon, redefining what it means to be the Doctor. It actually gives a Doctor a secret superpower, because the Stephen Moffat era established that regeneration energy could be shared. The episode Let's Kill Hitler saw River Song use her regeneration energy to save the Doctor. That would have been a fatal poisoning. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I guess it's Artron energy, right? I guess it's Artron energy, and then if you regenerate, you somehow trigger that, and then you could use it for whatever. I think, it's the same as when, this isn't science. I'm making it up. This is all canon, right? But like, I think when David Tennant started to regenerate and poured that Arctron energy into the hand, which became the Meta Crisis Doctor, or one of them, right? Yeah. Okay, but that's fine, right? Later in, the Angels take Manhattan. The Doctor returned the favor by giving River's Song some of his regeneration energy to heal a broken wrist. Yeah, that seems like a bit of a cheat, but whatever. I was enjoying the episode, so who cares? River objected to this, angered because she believed the Doctor only had a finite amount of regeneration energy, and in her view, she wasted it on a parlor trick. Yeah, essentially, yeah. Oh, man. There we go. Oh, come on, don't freeze. On a parlor trick. There you go. Now it seems Risen concerns were ill-founded. Wait a minute. How on earth, right? How on earth are they going back to River's Song, right, and the Matt Smith era to find some kind of support for the Timeless Child? Nonsense. How are they doing that when the Timeless Child, it really has a lot of contradictions with the Matt Smith era, right? We saw the Doctor's entire timeline. Clara went in the entire timeline, right? There was no. How would having your memories cut off or sealed off in any way stop that appearing there? It's just dumb. So anyway, so you're using as a source to prove the Timeless Children the thing that disproves the Timeless Children. It's just dumb. Oh my god! Oh god, it's so dumb. It hurts me. If the Doctor, this is clearly what Stephen Moffat was thinking. It's kind of, did you ever see that skit? I think I show it sometimes on my on my live stream when I either I need to reboot the router or I need to run to the bathroom. One of the two. By the way, big Rabbi news. Apparently they've installed the first house with fiber optics. Right. Thankfully, right now we're in the summer, the internet's actually pretty darn good. But they installed the first house with fiber optics. It said 60% of the houses who have ordered it should have it within the next 2 months. They told me 100% of the houses would have it within 2 months in December when I ordered it. So, that's how things work in Israel, right? Very corrupt, but we're very open about it. Corrupt and inefficient, but we don't pretend we're not. I like that. I like the honesty. If the Doctor does not possess a regeneration limit, there is also logically no limit to the amount of regeneration they can tap into. Okay, so you just made the Doctor more boring that he can now heal anyone, right? At all times. How does it get like, oh look, I've got a bit of a cough. No problem. Oh man. I mean, I wonder what else you could do, right? I mean, could you, and this is just where my mind goes, right? Could you just regenerate only your penis, right? To make it, in some cases bigger. In my case, obviously smaller. I don't want to scare people. But like, would you see, this is what I would do with this power, right? This is why I don't have this power, right? I'll be like, Doctor, could you, just a little bit down here, that might work out well for us. But no. So fine. Far from being a waste, the Doctor's actions with River were prudent and wise. This is like them saying that Brain and Morbius proves the Timeless Children. No, it doesn't. Right? No, it doesn't. There's absolutely no reason the Doctor cannot heal injuries and wounds of those around them by channeling their power into them. So again, this is making it even more boring, right? So now you can't have the danger of death, right? No, we're not allowing life or death. But now we can't have the danger of a companion tripping over and twisting their ankle. I mean, really? Ever since the Five Doctors, when Susan was walking on incredibly flat ground and went, and fell over, oh, Doctor, I twisted my ankle. That has been a central Doctor Who trope, right? Now that's gone too, right? Can he regenerate Daleks and Cybermen and say, oh, don't be naughty next time? I mean, why not, right? According to Paul Cornell, Jodie let, was it daughter of mine from family of blood out out of the prison, not reformed in any way and ready to kill everybody. Okay then, that worked out well. Well, at least I actually wrote a short story concluding that, where you have all the doctors take turns in going cleaning up Jodie's messes, because lot of mess. There's a lot of mess that Jodie will make. Where are we up to? Far from being a waste, the Doctor with Ribs were prudent and wise. There's absolutely no reason the Doctor can't heal injuries and wounds using. Oh god, it's so boring. Chibnall's TARDIS trial gives the Doctor a superpower entirely appropriate for a character who has chosen a particular name, even if it's probably an unintentional one. Yeah, it will be interesting to see whether returning Doctor Who showrunner Rusty Davies chooses to remember this deed. He won't. Okay, why is Rusty Davies being so what's the word to say? I don't want to use the word woke because honestly, for me, the word woke strongly implies a connotation that there's a low quality in what you watch, right? I think that might actually be one of the most important metrics, right? Because I don't mind things having a political viewpoint or an ideological viewpoint, as long as they put it into good storytelling, right? Well, it depends. Where's the Orville fit in this week? Orville season 3, episode 5, where it's either, and I was convinced it's an allegory. Saying that that children should be able to decide to transition, but a lot of people want to say it's an allegory for detransitioning, right? I don't think that. I'm still going along with my one, but yeah, that's my that's the video. That's the next video I'm going to record because it really could go either way on that one. But I think it's going my way. I think it's going the way I think, but then I always do. I always do. Even unintentional one. So will Rusty Davies remember it? No. But I think the reason he's going out of his way to being making the Jodie fans go wee, squee, make them all excited with shooting Gatwa and no, Yasmin Finney, that's the one. Right, yeah. So why is he doing that? I mean, firstly, because he's very much into that worldview, right? But I think he's really wants to get the Jodie fans completely on side before he erases that era completely, right? That would make a lot of sense. Certainly Chibnall expects Doctor to ignore the timeless child. Good reason. The first bit of common sense that came out of his bloody mouth in a long time. But Davis has expressed his support for it. Oh, he's been polite, right? He's been polite. Seeing it as opening up new story No. He never said opening up new story possibilities. That never, ever happened, right? That's in your fevered, weird mind. Still, this secret superpower may be a step too far, as Davis here intended to treat the Doctor as a messianic figure and a literal healing power may be a little too on the nose. Why do you think he's going to treat him as a messianic figure? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. I'm really intrigued to see what he's going to be doing with shooting Gatwa. Only time will tell whether Doctor Who does anything with this ability going forward. No, only time and me and anybody else without some kind of horrible brain injury. No, he doesn't, right? Did that help you? Good, because I like to be helpful. So, Screen Rant, having a bit of trouble letting go. Who was having a bit of trouble letting go? Bleeding Cool. Now, so this is an article basically just railing at Rusty Davies's new Doctor Who being successful, right? And thinking, it might be problematic. Now, Bleeding Cool is terrible propaganda, right? Everything they do is propaganda. Nothing is about news. It's all about forwarding a narrative. So let's see what narrative they're going to forward. And it really is. When you hear it, you're like, really? That's my problem. And of course it makes sense. Does Doctor Who, does the Celestial Toymaker really need a comeback? Needs a strong word, but yes! I mean, honestly, we need anything to fix the mess that Chibnall has made. But again, this is by Addy Tim Edda. Tim Eds? I don't pronounce the name. Or her name. Is basically saying, look, I'm glad you're all excited about Doctor Who now, but it's a bit problematic. Celestial Toymaker, a bit problematic for 2022. There's a lot of excitement for Doctor Who's 6th anniversary special shooting now. And I think what's really annoying you is there's zero excitement for Jodie Whittaker, and there's been zero excitement for ages. You know, I listened to a video from your boy Zach this morning. Love that channel, Comics Man, your boy Zach, where he's going over. It's more of a follow up to his video going over the comic sales in the US. And so it happens every year, right? Every year, the annual sales, and actually happens every quarter, right? The annual sales figures come out, and the quarterly sales figures come out, and then like you can set your clock by it. The 7 people still working comics say, "See, comics is doing better than ever." Look, people said comics was dead. Yeah, if you don't need metrics or to know that comics are not doing better forever, right? You know The Boys is doing well, right? The Boys is people like it, people engage with it, because people are talking about it online, right? No one's talking about comics. No one's talking about current X-Men storylines, right? No one ever talked about Jodie Whittaker's Doctor because nobody liked it, right? Because it was woke, which means it was low quality, right? My definition of woke is that it takes an existing some existing audience base they can tap into, and they uncomfortably bolt onto it ideological ideas that either everybody agrees with and nobody agrees with. And if you mention the ones that you don't agree with, they're going to say you don't agree with ones that everybody agrees with. What do I mean? You know, they have ideas like women are people too, and black people are people too. Yes! We all agree for that, and children should be able to melt their balls off you with chemical castration medicine. I'm not so on board with that. Oh, that means I don't like black people, does it? Really? That's a bit of a leap. Okay then, whatever. But yeah, but to do that, the quality is always in the toilet. Like always, completely in the toilet. There's a lot of excitement for Doctor Who's 60th anniversary special shooting now. Aside from David Tennant, Catherine Tate returning as the Doctor and Donna Noble, well, we don't really know that. We don't really know that at all, do we? Fans are also a flutter over Neil Patrick Harris playing the baddie, and I bet he's going to be great. I really like Neil Patrick Harris, right? I've always enjoyed him, but Nelly staying here for a bit is excuse me. that was a hiccup that went backwards. That was bizarre. Okay. But he's staying for a bit, and I loved it when his family came out and he was hanging on with his daughter. Honestly, that seemed charming to me. I've never seen Jodie Whittaker seem charming. All right. Oh. Playing a baddie. Described as a returning showrunner, Russell Davies as the greatest enemy the Doctor has ever faced. Fans are convinced he's the Celestial Toymaker back at last. It's a fair bet. It's a pretty darn fair bet. He's a toy maker or something like that, right? Was it Trickster's Brigade? Didn't they mention the toy maker as one of the Trickster's Brigade at some point? Celestial Toymaker only appeared in one story and one Doctor Who story named after him. He was, it must have been a hugely influential story, because it's missing from the archives, right? And it still is. And there's no reconstruction of it, and we all know it, right? It's a hugely influential story. He was an immortal entity who could warp and control reality and trap the first Doctor, William Hartnell. Oh, really? No, he's the first Doctor, is he? I thought the Dinosaur made him like the 8,072nd Doctor. And his companions, Stephen and Polly, Stephen Taylor and Dodo Chaplet. What? Was it Stephen and Polly? Stephen and Dodo? What? Okay, that was really weird. Here's a companion. Okay, fine. Stephen and Dodo, and then in parentheses they don't put the names of the actors. They put it. What's the name of the actors again? Blue Peter. Stephen Taylor was not John Noakes, the other one. Peter Purvis. Peter Purvis and not Jacqueline. I can't remember. In reality, he created a game with giant toys. It was not the first time the Doctor had fought, and after Peter and Exile, the Doctor expects he would eventually come back. By the way, if you haven't seen Web of Fear, they brought it out last year. Don't watch the reconstruction of the episode 3. Watch the telesnap reconstruction, because that's just distracting. But man, is that an awesome story with basically a similar thing. It ends up with the Great Intelligence being exiled with an idea, oh, it's going to come back. At one point, it'll come back. I never did. There was an idea to bring him back with Tom Baker. I would love to see Hinchcliffe, Robert Holmes, and Tom Baker take on the Great Intelligence. That would be awesome. That would have been absolutely fantastic. But it really, really leans into all their strength. Anyway, it's not Stephen. It's okay. It's not Stephen and Polly, and Stephen isn't played by Stephen Taylor, and Polly isn't played by Dodo Chapler. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. In reality, he created a game with giant toys. It was like, okay, blah blah blah. Fine. The Celestial Toymaker was a lot of first for science fiction television. He was the first supervillain with cosmic powers. Yeah, okay, he was before the Land of Fiction. Okay, first. So this will be 64, 65, and Star Trek was 66, and I guess Trelane would be a similar sort of character. He was the first supervillain on Cosmic Powers and Doctor Who, possibly one of the first. He was the precursor to Q from Star Trek Next Generation and the reality and other reality warping figures on Star Trek. He was played by Michael Govis, a stalwart character actor who will go on to play Alfred in Michael Keaton's Batman in the 1980s movies. Well, why not call him Tim Burton's Batman? I like Michael Keaton's take on Batman, but I think it's more Tim Burton's Batman. The Celestial Toymaker is one of several stories that was lost when the BBC erased a big chunk of videotapes in the 1970s, though only the fourth episode still exists in the archives. Right. And it's still hugely influential. I mean, that shows you, I think, the strength of the character. The Celestial Toymaker was, we're getting to a point, right? His car gets, let something go, right? We're getting to the point. The Celestial Toymaker was rather problematic. He wore, okay, here we are. The Celestial Toymaker was rather problematic. Problematic is always code for, I'm a liberal progressive gonna cry about something now, right? And call everybody else snowflakes. He wore a hat and robes of a medieval imperial court official for no apparent reason, which really made him very interesting. I really should look up the Doctor Who magazine archives or Fact or Fiction or something on it to find out how they came up with that costume. Right, let me have a quick look up there. There he is, like in his Mandarin costume, and he's clearly not playing it in yellowface, right? But honestly, really. You know, you had people going, the Doctor is a shape-changing alien that lives outside time and space. Of course he can be a woman. Well, this is a extra-dimensional entity. He can wear Chinese robes, right? It's not really a problem. Recalling the yellow peril trope established by Fu Manchu. Yes, I think that's somewhat fair, but again, he's not playing it in yellowface, right? I always struck him being somewhat playful and strange. In the 19th century, Celestial was also an Orientalist. Oh, God, they make up new words all the time! Listen, mate. Here's what you need to let go. The idea that the Western world is being controlled and dominated by racists. It isn't. The only racists are on the want of a better word, the left-wing side of the aisle, right? You need to give it up. You want to claim that, there's so much hate crime against Asians, and you want to say, oh, that's because of the evil Donald Trump. Oh, he called COVID the China virus, which it technically was. But when Jon Stewart did it, we were like, oh, that's right, John. Okay, but that didn't happen, right? The reason there was a huge, and continues to be a huge spike in really disturbing hate crime against Asians is from predominantly black people in America, right? Predominantly all. Once that was the all the not the hate crimes, all the violent crimes in the Bay Area, 70% of them were black on Asian violence. Why? Because black people have been told by their idiot leadership that it's like, You are never going to get ahead in life. You can't do anything. You can't even get ID. And it's racist of me to ask you to get ID. You can't do anything. You're utterly useless and you need to be looked after because, you're just an immigrant. So they went, but what about the Chinese people? I said, oh, they get privilege. They get privilege because they're not black skin. Really? And that's why Asian people are fair game now. Okay, but fine. Doctor has always been progressive. That is true. With the best of intentions. That is also true. I question that about Terror of the Fur Voids, but we generally speaking we can agree with that. But the rights at the time were still products of racist attitudes at the time. I don't think so. I don't think. Again, looking at our culture, our national culture, and somebody wearing Chinese robes. Is that racist? Is that saying you hate Chinese people? I don't see that, right? I really do not see that. And the show had an unfortunate tendency to go yellow-faced with white actors. Well, again, you've got to judge by the normalcy. Actually, this is really what you've got to judge by. This seems to be indicating that white people are unusually racist, right? Unusually racist. And that's why they are racist against Chinese people, right? Or Asian people. So are Asian people more or less racist? And I know it's and we're talking like today. We're not talking about 50, 60 years ago. We're talking today. Who's more racist? Now, let's see if we can remember. Which market needed to have John Boyega removed from their poster for their Star Wars? Was it America? Was it England? Or was it China, right? So it was China. Now, why was John Boyega removed from the poster? Oh, that's quite easy. Because the Chinese don't think a black person could possibly be a Jedi. That's just and they don't really like black people in general, right? See, that was the reasoning of Disney for doing it, right? So it doesn't strike me that if we have a single standard for racism, we seem to be far less racist 60 years ago, right? Far, far, far less racist. But again, logic and reason. So again, what this guy needs to give up on is the idea that we're being run and controlled by racists. And that was the main engine that has driven us into the absolute disaster that we live in now in 2022, right? With the skyrocketing inflation, famine coming. It's just going to get worse, right? My wife's going to the States for business in November, right? And she's booking internal flights. And her brother is like, you just can't trust those anymore. They cancel them all the time. There's not enough stuff. Everything's a shambles. Everything is falling apart. Why? Because you had this weird identity politics ran all of politics, right? And you really need to give it up. You really genuinely need to give it up. Now the world's in flames. You really need to give up all this racist nonsense. First here, I'm not convinced this is even a yellow face, okay? And then with the fake llama choji implanted spiders, and full racist yellow panel in the talons of Wen Chang. Listen, mate, if it makes you wet yourself and get scared and go, oh, it's like this kind of thing, and you're triggered by it, just don't watch it. I honestly, generally speaking, I don't watch the Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who other than to review it, and I'm never going to go back to it again. Never, ever, ever, right? It's fair to assume Celestial Toymaker back in the 60th anniversary special, Harrison Ford probably won't be that racist. Probably it will say this wasn't a yellow face, right? He just said he put them on because he liked them because it was funny. Was it? Not all canonical baddies need to come back. Michael Gray could certainly come back. He should have come back a few years ago. 2018 would be the time he could have come back. Hardcore Doctor Who fans have been clamoring for the return of the Celestial Toymaker since the show came back in 2005. Well, he was in Big Finish. He's great whenever he's in anything, right? What's that? Gary Russell did a very good book with the Celestial Toymaker. It was one of the BBC range. Even though the majority of them weren't alive when the story first aired, they wouldn't even have seen the surviving and they wouldn't have even seen the surviving episode. Why not? It's available. I've got the surviving episode. The Celestial Toymaker was probably too omnipotent to find a good enough story for it. A scripted story with the Sixth Doctor, Colin Baker, was cancelled when plans for Baker's second season were drastically changed in '85. They remade that by Big Finish. Excellent. It's really one of the best missing stories they've done. The Doctor has also been up against the near omnipotent villains since then, like the Black Guardian, the Black Cardigan. Oh no, it's the Black Cardigan. I feel a bit warm. Omega and Fenric. I like the Master of Louder Fiction better than any of these. Then again, they've been clamoring from the for virtually every villain, every villain from the old show, particularly the Valiard and the Rani. Not really. It seems that fans think that just because a villain is canon, i.e. appeared on the TV show, they should be on the show again. No! He's a good villain. He's an interesting villain, right? And I think what's really going on is you are having a tantrum that people are excited for the upcoming Rusty Davies Doctor, right? I genuinely think that is what's going on. Man, this is frozen again. I wonder if it's frozen as it's recording. I guess we'll find out. I'll find out. Where are they? Clamming for Rani. It seems that fans think, that a villain of canon appeared on a TV show should be on again. A few things have been brought back for a reason. The Valiard is just an evil incarnation of the Doctor, much like Jodie Whittaker, right? Much like Jodie Whittaker. The Doctor, and we already had that in various new incarnations of the Master. No, shut up, idiot. Mrs. appearance on Doctor Who during the Stephen Moffat run effectively made the Rani redundant. No, there were... Okay, the Master is essentially a dark mirror image of the Doctor, who's generally speaking bonkers in one way or another. The Rani is an amoral scientist who will extract brain fluid from miners in the 19th century and make them very go crazy, and then they have to end up in EastEnders for a bit. Or if you're not turned into a tree, right? Yeah, that's kind of... She's like an amoral scientist, not like the Master at all. Oh, she has a vagina. Well, that's... Again, this is the only thing he can see. He can only see identity. Yes, they both have vaginas. That's true. They may be a little bit different anyway. To Missy the Rani, the mean side who played with gleeful pantomime camp by Kate Amara. They had a different Marnie in Big Finish. It was actually pretty darn good. Some banners are just too dulled or redundant. Alice Davis or one of the writers commissions a fresh take, right? Even the Meddling Monk showed up twice in the show. The first in the Time Miller and the Dalek Master Plan. Again, Big Finish has done wonderful things reinventing the Monk with Rufus Hound and not Bill Oddie, the other one, the other goodie, not Tim Brooke Taylor, not Bill Oddie. Who was it? Now they're thinking Peter Purvis. What's his name? He was very good. Graham Garden. Oh, that was painful, right? Graham Garden was basically the same as Peter Buttersworth, but Rufus Hound has his own take on it, and he's really good. I like Rufus Hound. Gemma Whelan as Meddling Nun, useless. Absolutely useless. Doesn't connect the through line at all. Oh, she has a vagina. That's basically it, right? That is basically it. The longest serial in the history of Doctor Who. What about Trial of the Time Lord, arsehole? Okay, forget it. I guess Trial of the Time Lord was 4 stories. That was 1. And the Monk is a lot more fun, slightly goofy, bumbling bad guy, played with comic relish by Peter Butterworth on the show, and he had more personality than the Toymaker. I don't want you to be excited about the Toymaker! Be excited about Jodie! She's stunning, and she's boys, and she's the best as ever, and you're all bigots! Ah! I was just translating for you. Then again, maybe it won't be the Celestial Toymaker that Harrison's playing. Maybe not, we don't know. In which case, all the speculation will be moot, but hey, at least we had a good excuse to talk about him. We had a good excuse to talk about Doctor Who, which is really your problem, mate. You need to understand it's over. The Jodie Whittaker era is over. It's a failure. It's ended in dismal failure. It is over. Give it up. Give it up. You got a 90-minute special, which people are not going to like, and it's going to be cringe, like relentless cringe. Honestly, if it's like the rest of Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who, it's just going to make more people hate Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who. Such a dumb idea of the BBC to commission more of this nonsense, right? It's like an absolutely stupid idea. But there you go. That's the BBC for you. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.